Welcome back, boys. Golga here, and first and foremost, before we jump into today's topic, just a huge thank you. I had no idea that yesterday when I posted that video with my first thoughts of the game, it was going to get 400 plus views, and I was going to double my subscriber count. That's crazy. I was expecting maybe 20, 30 views for some of my closest friends, but I mean, it's been awesome. I really appreciate all the feedback. It was a great day today at work, being able to read all your comments about how you really were enjoying the commentary and the gameplay and how chill and laid back it was. I really appreciate that, guys. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching the videos. That's why I do all this, because I love interacting with you guys, and it's just so much fun to make content. So let's get into today's topic. Yesterday when I posted, I kind of avoided the whole concept of, is Modern Warfare 2 worth it? Should you buy? Before you buy? Because I feel like there's just so many of those videos out there, and they all kind of say the same thing, regardless of which one you watch. It's always, here's how the gameplay is. Here's what the maps are. Here's the guns. Here are the modes. Here it all is, you decide. So, I mean, what's the point really if it's going to come down to you making up your own decision, which is perfectly accurate. I don't think there's any one video out there that can tell you whether or not you should purchase or not purchase a game. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some of my own philosophy in regards to whether or not I purchase a game. So I look at it like this. How much time am I going to be getting out of this purchase? I take how much time I'm going to be able to invest and play this game in whatever capacity that may be. Multiplayer, single player campaign, zombies mode, or whatever it's going to be. How much time am I looking to invest? And then I look at the entry cost. How much money was that going to cost me IRL to be able to get that time return? And it's a uniquely interesting problem with the Call of Duty franchise because, as you guys know, there is yearly releases of these Call of Duty games. So it breaks down to this. For $70 US, you get essentially 1 year of playtime. Because for that 1 year, that's when that game is going to be continuously supported as the main updated game in the library, and that's where all of the main player base is pretty much going to gravitate to. So for $70, you just bought yourself a 1 year subscription to Call of Duty. Congratulations, it's going to be a fantastic journey filled with campers and fun weapons. But realistically, when you think about it, that's kind of what it is, right? I feel like a lot of people look at Call of Duty as if it's its own game each year, when really it's a subscription model. So then you take that $70 price tag and you break it down based on its monthly cost, which in this case, take 70 divided by 12, you get around $5.50-ish per month, which is the cost of this game for what you get out of it, which kind of helps you break it down a bit. So now you're looking at it from that perspective. Okay, is this game worth $5 a month? Can I get $5 of enjoyment per month out of this game? And that makes it a little bit easier to swallow that $70 price tag. I get it, it's a lot of money, but the cost of everything right now has gone up. I mean, you look at the cost of AAA games, 10 years ago, they were all around, what, 40, 50 bucks? Gas right now, it's expensive. So the cost of things do go up, I do get that. But specifically for Call of Duty, because it's a yearly release, because typically we don't see that many changes year to year, it always becomes a question of, are the changes this year, is the balancing this year, is the main core fundamentals of the game this year worth that price tag? So now that we've kind of looked at it from that perspective, we also need to look at that $70. Would you rather have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or about 140 chicken nuggets? Now I just relax. Don't click out of the video. Just hear me out here, okay? At work today, it was slow, and I calculated the average cost per chicken nugget between 3 or 4 of the larger chains, and it comes out to about 50 cents per nugget. So if you break it all down, that's equal to about 140 chicken nuggets for the similar cost of Call of Duty at $70 US. So then you have to ask yourself the most important question. Do I want to consume, in one sitting before they all get cold, 140 American chicken nuggets? Or do I want to go chase those victory royales with the boys in Warzone and Modern Warfare 2? And the answer is both. But the chicken nuggets stick to like 10 or maybe 20 if you're really hungry. But, I'd say buy the game. because you get more time, more enjoyment, and more value out of purchasing the game early on in its cycle of development. So let's kind of put all that together and look at these videos that talk about, is it worth it, should you buy? I feel like, for me personally, when I go to try to watch those videos, a lot of the times I think I'm trying to answer the question, should I get this game? But realistically, the question I'm trying to answer by watching those videos is, why should I not buy this game? Because the fact that I'm just going and looking and looking at that video in the first place means that I have some kind of interest in it, to the point where I'm going to go onto YouTube and ask some stranger if I should buy it. So, I mean, who do you trust more? Some stranger on YouTube or yourself? You know what you like. So I recommend, just if you're going to pick it up, do it now. If you're on the fence, I guess you could hold off. This game has always been better if you have a lot of friends to play with. A solo experience might not go as far, if I'm being honest. I think this game's best enjoyed in a party with your friends late at night on a Friday. No cares in the world and all the beer in the fridge. I mean, that's just kind of what this whole game's about. So TLDR, realistically, the game is great. Coming from somebody who hasn't played the past, 10, 15 Call of Duties, I know a lot of people were complaining about it, but honestly, I think a lot of those big YouTubers have just been playing the last 10 to 15 Call of Duties, and I think they're just burned out. I can't fucking imagine if my channel was devoted to just Call of Duty, specifically for the past 10 to 12 years, and my entire livelihood was having to talk about some of those games. If I had to fucking play a game that required me to wall run and use jetpacks and fuck around in the sky like Advanced Warfare or whatever the hell it was called, I think I'd lose my shit. So props to those guys, because I just don't have that shit in me. But comparing all of that garbage to this right now, this is the best turd. This is the most polished turd I have seen from Call of Duty in quite some time. And I fucking love it, dude. It's like a 10 out of 10. It is somehow... This is the crazy thing, okay? Check this out. Somebody in the marketing department for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 looked at all the competition, whether it be Fortnite, Battle Royales, CSGO, Battlefield, and they were like, let's just do all of that, but put it into one game. And they fucking did. There's third-person modes in this game. There's third-person mosh pit playlists where it looks like you're in fucking Fortnite. Dude, they do Battlefield better than Battlefield 2042. We already know what a joke 2042 is. But seriously, guys, ground war in this game, I'm getting major Battlefield 3 vibes from it. I don't know if it's just me, but it is polished. It is fun. It doesn't have like that emptiness that EA titles seem to have. And the best way I can describe that would be like the Battlefront game, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 that recently came out. Their user interfaces just seemed very empty and sad and like very just undone. And that kind of carried over into 2042 as well. And it just feels unpolished and gross. So the fact that Call of Duty now has more attention to detail and is pretty much checking all the boxes for other competitive modern first-person shooters and even third-person shooters like Fortnite, it's pretty amazing. It's something that I think we should support, because realistically, at the end of the day, if we support games that we love that are doing things well, in spite of other games that are doing things poorly, it's going to help studios look at their financials and be like, oh, look at all these things we did right in this game, and look how much money we made off of it. So maybe next time we release a game, we should have the same level of attention and detail to it. And of course, there's things you can improve on. No game is perfect, but as it stands right now, like the first few weeks of release, this is fantastic. There's a lot here. There's a lot of stuff to do. And I think it's every penny worth $70. And that's coming from somebody who just hasn't really played Call of Duty. I'm sure, like I said before, people that have played the original games and for the past 10 years buy it every year, maybe you're burned out. Maybe you need a break. That's fine. But this is a really refreshing title in this series for somebody who's coming back to it. This was the first game, in 10, 12 years that made me think, it's really changed enough to the point where I think my value proposition now says it's worth $70. The time investment that I'd like to get out of this is well worth that $5.50 a month. So that's just a little bit of an insight onto how I look at purchases like that. It's always about time. You can always make money, but you don't get time back. So, maybe that's something you could look at for really all of life. Everything's a time investment. Money comes and goes, but you can't buy more time. So with that, I think we're actually out of time. Hope you guys are doing well. I'll catch you soon in another video. Again, thank you so much for watching. I love the support I've been getting. You guys rock. And I will catch you all in the next one. Golga out.